Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Kakasungura YouTube channel. And as always say, I will never get tired to say thank you to each and every person who is supporting me in this platform. And may God really bless you, ladies and gentlemen. We're about 60,000 subscribers, and I don't take that for granted. I really appreciate you for that. Kaka, there's something, as I always say, internet doesn't forget. And I don't know what becomes of leaders when they join government. I don't know what happens. Najua kuna watu wanasema kila mtu Kenya hii ni mwizi, ni nafasi tu haijapatikana. If you see someone crying that so and so stole millions, so and so, hata huyu analia akipewa nafasi and he gets those millions, walai ataponyoka nazo. Kenya is a corrupt country. In this particular video, I am addressing Musalia Mudavadi. Musalia Mudavadi was a sober leader before joining the legitimate dictatorial government of Kenya Kwanza. He was a sober man, a sober politician. Why am I saying Musalia Mudavadi was a sober politician? And I'm going to produce evidence why Musalia Mudavadi is now drunk while in government. He cannot see what is wrong and what is right. When Musalia Mudavadi was in the opposition last time before he joined government, I remember he described bottom up in a language that each and every Kenyan understood. And he used a bottle to explain. It said bottoms up. Na aliweka ile chupa ya maji akaiweka upside down, akasema if you turn down this bottle all the water yatamwagika chini, right? So he was saying the meaning of bottom up is to turn down whatever that is remaining in the government and pour them out. And that's exactly what is happening. It was a kind of a prophecy. Yani zile pesa ambazo Uhuru Kenyatta aliacha kwa serikali, bottom up inamaanisha they will turn down the bottle na wamwage hizo pesa sote ziishe. And that is what exactly has happened. Now, today as I was perusing on Facebook, I came across a video. And this video, it is Musalia Mudavadi himself speaking. What was he saying? That time, it's Uhuru Kenyatta who was in power. And we all know, during Uhuru Kenyatta's tenure, he also proposed a deduction of 1.5% towards the housing project. This was opposed by Raila Odinga before the handshake. And I know when Raila Odinga shook hands with Uhuru Kenyatta, he supported the 1.5% deduction towards housing project. At this time, when Raila shook hands, other politicians who fought together, like Musalia Mudavadi and Kalonzo Musyoka, were left out. So Musalia became the only shadow opposition leader in the Jubilee government. And during this time, when Uhuru Kenyatta was hosted in one of the national television stations, I remember him saying the 1.5% is not a tax, just like William Ruto responded. He said 1.5% is just a contribution and not a tax. Now, Musalia took the sentiments in one of the public forums, and he was positively arguing in one of the villages. And he was asking the residents, a teacher in a village, in Marawa village, a teacher in Karugoya, a teacher in a village somewhere in Kisii town, by the Kisii is a town, somewhere in Marani is a sub-county, someone in Nyamira village in Nyamira County, someone in Shinyalu, huko ndani mashinani, huko kwa Yesu wa Tongaren Kondani. A teacher teaching in a primary school, a teacher who every day in the morning leaves his father's house, that is his ancestral land, where he has built a house, no matter the condition, I don't care. But this teacher left his cows and his farm to go and teach a 200 meters away school. He treks in the morning and treks back in the evening back home. Now, Musalia was asking the residents, how will this teacher receive his house from the contribution he's making and the houses are being built in towns? Let's, for example, if we say there's a housing project in Kisii, it will be definitely built around Kisii town. If there's a project in Nairobi, it will be built around Nairobi city. If there's a project in Nakuru, it will be built around Nakuru town, which was upgraded recently to a city. Now, Musalia was asking a pertinent question to residents. He was asking them, let me ask you, nyinyi mnafikiria hii kitu ni ya ukweli? Ati mtu anafundisha huko mashinani amekata 1.5% towards the housing project, na huyu mtu anaishi nyumbani kwake ushago. This is the time when Musalia was reasoning like a man. Sijui nini kilikuroga. Can we listen to Musalia Mudavadi's sentiments that time when Jubilee government was in power?
Wanasema kwamba mtoe ile pesa ya housing levy. Wanataka kukata walimu hapa, wanataka kukata wafanyabiashara hapa, wanataka kukata watu pesa hapa ati ya kujenga nyumba, housing levy. Sasa mimi nakuuliza, wewe uko hapa Maua, wanakukata pesa ya housing levy, lakini ukiangalia wapi mradi wa nyumba ya serikali inajenga hapa? Wanajenga nyumba pahali pengine na wanasema wewe mtu wa Maua ukate housing levy. Si ungekatwa alafu uone ikijengwa hapa? Kwa hivyo maswali kama haya ndio mimi kwa ANC na wenzangu.
You've heard how Musalia is arguing towards the 1.5%. Now I'm surprised. The same Musalia Mudavadi who was giving such an explanation, the same Musalia Mudavadi who was against the 1.5% housing tax from Jubilee government. Musalia has not changed. Musalia is the same. The same Musalia is out here proudly supporting the 3% housing tax from William Ruto. Kweli watu ni mawazimu. Yes, nimekubali kwamba sometimes people can act like sycophants. Eti kwa sababu amepewa kiti cha Premier Cabinet Secretary, he can compromise, he can abandon his morals to support Ruto just because he was given an office without portfolio. The same Musalia is now proudly saying the houses will help Kenyans. How? Musalia, come out in public, explain to us. I wish a serious media house could invite Musalia for an interview and play for him this video clip and ask Musalia one question on our behalf. Musalia Mudavadi, can you explain to us how the house in Nairobi city will reach someone in Marawa village, if such a village exists? Just the same way you were explaining, someone to ask Musalia on our behalf. Ask him on a national team for him to respond. Ask him, Musalia, you argued, critically argued, like a man, like a concerned leader, like a sober man, that you asked the question, how will a teacher who is teaching at a primary school in a village receive his house that is being built in Nairobi? How? Now, we need Musalia to come clean and give us an explanation while in government and tell us how now this changed into benefiting the same teacher that Musalia was against during Uhuru Kenyatta's tenure. Yani mnaona watu vile ni washenzi. Mnaona watu vile wanaabudu serikali. Mnaona watu vile wanaabudu binadamu. Yani unaabudu serikali kwa sababu ilikupatia kakiti bila ofisi. Your office ni office ya mtu ya mkono. Yani wewe ni errand boy wa kutumwa tu na rais. Kimbia leta kikombe, kimbia pika ugali, kimbia osha vyombo. That is your work. You have no office. You have no constitutional office. But now you are supporting the 3% house levy. Ile malaria ilikushika Musalia sijui itaisha lini. Yule mganga alikutembelea wakati uliingia Kenya Kwanza, sijui ni Washinyalu ama ni wa wapi. You are not normal. Kuna mganga amekutembelea. You are not reasoning like the Musalia we knew. Iko dago ulipewa, iko kakitu uliramba. You are not, your character depicts a different Musalia than the Musalia we knew a few years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, and that is how psychopaths behave. Yes. Chameleons. Virukanjia. Leo ako pande hii. Kesho ameruka kule. Leo anaunga hii. Kesho anaisapoti tena. Kuchanganyikiwa akili. Akili punguani. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next video. Asanteni sana.